I'm showing up as an investor for the last 30 years and consulting for as many years, coaching businesses for the last 15 years. And I started a mentoring program that we call Peers on Demand as a way to connect leaders with trusted advisors and investors so that they can do business or refer business or do joint ventures. As coaches, we tend to show up by finding out what are the results that you want from a client. And of course, in SOAR, results is the last part. But in coaching, it's really what results do you want? What are the opportunities that you have? What are the strengths that you have? And what are the aspirations? Almost in that order. So, in essence, SOAR becomes ROSA, ROSA, when we actually apply it, when we actually implement it. And I thought, oh, okay, SOAR has a nicer sounding word as opposed to ROSA, but it's the same characters, but the process is more how I think. What are your results? What are your opportunities? What are your strengths? And let's figure out what your aspirations are. Now, I think we can, and she gives us license and leeway to go both directions or any directions, depending on the situation. So whether you use SOAR or ROSA, or another one that I came up with is SORA, SORA, strengths, opportunities, results, and affirmations or aspirations. So it's kind of a mental teaser about how to proceed. And I just like the flexibility that we're granted in being able to pursue this in order to find out and help a client go forward. I think that's the end result that we really want. How to get them from where they're at now to where they want to go as quickly as they can. I started to come up with what I call signal assessments that I could give to them either while we're in the interaction, which may take away from it, or after the interaction. So there's a before, a during, and after. And the key here is what I'm finding is that the before part would be for me. So I would go through this assessment as a refresher to remind myself about what questions to ask or step through. And maybe I present it during the session in a way that's conversational, interactive, and they fill in the blanks for me. And if I have more than one participant, which I have group sessions, then the opportunity is that I could go, depending on how many people show up, I could do that one-on-one with each one, or I could at the end of the session, I could say, here is a signal assessment. I would encourage you to look at it. There's some value to that. It allows you to identify your strengths, opportunities. It's easier for me to share it as a gift and let people go through that and then determine for themselves the value that they reach. And at the end of that, the opportunity is to connect with me and we could have a private conversation or a follow-up conversation at any of the other events. So I'm finding it's an interesting way to be able to tap into something that we're learning that is very useful. And in a way we're teaching, or I'm teaching my members, my team, my peers to think a little bit more, to be able to come up with the answers. And if they so choose to share that with me. So I start, and I call it SOAR Framework. So first things first, my name, and then I can just enter my name, Rocky. And what is going on for me at this time? I think this is an excellent question. it's almost conversational. What is going on for me? Now, I do it in the first person because I'm taking it. So, what's going on for me at this time is I'm in a transition in many ways. So, what would I like to create? Well, more tangible results with members. So that's, excuse the spelling, I won't go back to change. What are my possibilities? And this is kind of similar to the opportunities, but it's asking that, what are my possibilities? Well, the object is to bring more clarity to the coach and the member, and maybe the group itself, because this is geared for one-on-one, one person at a time. But let's say if we had 10 people in a group and we asked them to, all of them, do a SOAR framework signal. And now I can get those results and post it on a group chat, and with their permission, their identity, who posted it. And now we have a basis for conversation. Can you say a little bit more? Because what does 100 paying members in 2023 mean? Or some of this is subject to more discussion, explanation in a group session. And the object is more clarity, more participation, and of course, the action. And I think the SOAR framework really helps us along to get to that.